For ACUsports.com, I'm Seth Wilson here with head coach Julie Goodenough as her team gets ready for an exciting trip this week. The Wildcats are headed out to Las Vegas to play 2 games. And, Coach, you've got a couple days here to get ready for that trip. What is practice going to look like this week leading up?
You know what? Without class, it's awesome. We can really practice at just the best times for us. And so we're practicing in the mornings because we're going out to Las Vegas and we have a noon game and a 2:15 game. So we're going to practice in the morning. This week allows us to get a lot of extra shots up, get some position work in. We have 2 really tough opponents out in Las Vegas, and we've scouted them. We feel like we've come up with a good game plan for both of these games. It's kind of interesting when you have back-to-back games where you don't have a lot of prep time for that second game. We get to use this week to get ready really for both opponents.
Your first game out there is against Radford, a Big South opponent who you have some familiarity with as you were coaching in that conference not too long ago. Talk about maybe what their matchup is like and what they present to you.
The games that I remember against Radford when I was at Charleston Southern, golly, just lockdown defenders, really tough games, games that would come down to the wire, games that you had to win on the free throw line. They have a different coaching staff now than when I was in the Big South, but the way they play is very similar. I mean, it's going to be really hard-nosed, man-to-man defense, no zone at all. It's just going to be lockdown defense. We've got to do a great job of taking care of the ball. I think there's going to be some mismatch issues a little bit for them matching up with us, but we've got to do a great job of not just playing hard, but playing smart and really taking care of the basketball.
And then once you finish that one up, you take on a powerhouse team on the women's side, Old Dominion, a program that's had a lot of winning years. What do they present to you, and how exciting is that to take on a big program like that?
Great opportunity for Abilene Christian, and still in our young years of Division I to play a perennial powerhouse like Old Dominion. Fortunately for us, the 2 teams look pretty similar on film, so our prep is not going to be too different for both teams. We will see a little bit of zone defense with Old Dominion, but good inside game, good rebounding team. They're going to be really scrappy on defense, and so I think for us it worked out well that those are the 2 teams we're matched up with, just so our game plans can be a little bit similar, and we feel like just our prep for Radford will get us pretty ready to play in that Old Dominion game. But 2 really good teams. Radford's picked to win the Big South Conference, which is a conference very comparable to the Southland. Old Dominion is trying to find their identity. They have a brand new coaching staff this year. Coach Nikki came from South Carolina.
Okay.
She's one of the assistants that just won a national championship. She's the new head coach at Old Dominion, and so they are kind of figuring out their identity, and they're getting better each week. And so we've got to be ready to play on Thursday and Friday.
Well, Coach, certainly an exciting trip, and we look forward to seeing the Wildcats out there. The Wildcats will play 2 games, and then I'm sure the team has some fun things planned after those 2 games. So the Wildcats certainly focused on games against Radford and Old Dominion, those coming up later in the week. And you can catch both of those games on 98.1 FM, The Ticket, here locally in Abilene. And you can check ACUsports.com for more information on those 2 games coming up later this week. For head coach Julie Goodenough, I'm Seth Wilson for ACU Sports.